Hello, good people. Welcome to Raw Vegan Rising. My name is Shane Sterling. How are you doing today? Welcome to the video. Yeah, so glad to have you guys here. You know, people are so freaked out about a raw vegan diet. They think we're going to wither away and die on raw food. And we look at the society around us and we're not looking so good. I got a chance to travel last week and I was at the airport, people watching, seeing a cross-section of our society. People are carrying around 40 pounds of extra weight, balding, bags under their eyes, looking terrible. Definitely no spark in their spirit, you know? And then we're eating these horrible foods, all the foods available when you travel, fast food, processed meats and breads and dairy and beans and grains. And then we wonder why we're not doing so good. And we say, no, that food, a raw vegan diet is the problem. A raw vegan diet is the deficient food. There's not a single other species on planet Earth that eats cooked food. And we're the only ones. And we think we're normal. And we think the raw vegans are the ones who are on the fringe of society doing something unusual. No, eating cooked food and eating processed animal products is the unusual behavior. And we can see it when we just look around at the state of the health of our society. Raw foods are such a mystery to people. So that's why I thought I would make this video, the 5 things you didn't know about being a raw vegan. Okay, let's get into it. Number 1 on my list is being a raw vegan makes you sensitive to toxicity. And this is a good thing considering when we look around at our society, everyone is toxic. And we can't feel that toxicity in our body. It's such a big problem. But when we clean out on raw foods, we can feel the subtle balance in our body. You know, our physiology becomes so balanced that we can feel the slight imbalances of chemistry. Like, for instance, when I take vitamin supplements, I have to be very careful because now I can actually get sick from taking vitamin supplements because it creates a chemical imbalance in my body. Because the foods coming from Mother Nature, those are the foods that are designed in perfect chemistry, in perfect balance for my biology. And so if I'm trying to supplement and putting too many weird foreign substances and synthesized substances in my body, I can feel it and it makes me sick. I also got very sensitive to eating too much cacao some months ago, and I was getting headaches from eating cacao. So I have a sensitivity to foods, overdoing certain foods. Now, wouldn't this be wonderful for our society out there that's overeating toxic foods and getting sick because of it? Well, if we just clean out our body on raw food, if we allow the natural balance and chemistry in Mother Nature's food to heal our body, we're going to be able to feel that. And also, not just a sensitivity to toxicity, but a sensitivity to balance in general. So we can feel balance in our relationships. We can feel balance in the world around us. We can tell when things aren't right. We can feel the imbalance in the, in the way our society is run, in how there's, people that steal all the wealth off the top of our civilization. We're not going to be so dumbed down to that. We're going to see that. And we're going to not be as tolerant of these vast imbalances, the military industrial complex, and the people who are just yes men for an agenda to enslave our civilization. We're not going to be as tolerant to this imbalance. But if we're all dumbed down on meat and dairy and processed food and toxic foods that create massive imbalance in our body, how are we ever going to see that? We're not. So eating a raw vegan diet really gives us a sensitivity to toxicity and imbalance. Number 2, being a raw vegan makes you more intuitive. Because not only does it clear out your body, but it clears out your emotions, your emotional resonance, the frequencies that make up your body, and it clears out your mind. So you have emotional clarity, emotional intelligence, emotional sensitivity. What happens when you get emotionally clear? You can feel things more sensitively. Then you can actually tune into your higher self coming down into your mind and into your heart. So then you can feel the subtle impulses coming from your divine purpose, the subtle impulses that are just for you, telling you how to make the right choice. And it helps us align with a vision for our future, a vision that serves us, that puts us into a state of joy, so we can feel where our destiny is, so we can feel how to create the life that we were destined to live. You know, if we're sick and downtrodden by poor diet and food and environmental toxins and negative people in our life, we're never going to be able to see and feel these more subtle frequencies and resonances that bring us into alignment, that allow our intuition to communicate with us. One of the best side effects of being a raw vegan and eating higher vibrational foods that are not processed is that our intuition becomes crystal clear. And then we're going to experience a whole new paradigm of life. And it's going to improve the quality of our life immensely. If all of us could just be more intuitive, I think our world would be a lot different than it is today. Okay, let's talk about number 3 on my list. Being a raw vegan changes our taste buds. We're so stimulated with salted, processed, cooked oil foods and cooked animal products. It's like we're completely stimulated on these drug foods. But when we get off the drug foods, our taste buds do go back to being able to appreciate the more subtle nature of whole, raw, unprocessed foods. Then eventually we become appreciative of the simplicity of a sprout, of a microgreen or a lettuce, or a simple fruit that we can hold in our hand that glistens in the sun, filled with the sunlight energy. And we can taste that living energy in the food. So we're not looking for the stimulation of like salt and oil, but we're simply looking for that peace that comes into our heart when we eat whole, unprocessed food as it comes from Mother Nature. We can feel the life force. And it really does change our appreciation, our neural associations for where life force even comes from. And then we're not so hung up on this processed stimulant food reality. And we really don't need it. We just got to get off the addiction. And I don't miss the stimulant foods. In fact, when I smell cooked foods now and I smell restaurant food, it doesn't smell good to me. It smells toxic to me. It smells like chemicals. It smells like, the burnt sensations, the burnt feeling, the smells that people normally are associating with yum. Ooh, that smells good. Well, to me, it doesn't smell good. It smells like it's going to make me sick, is what it smells like. And whole, raw, unprocessed foods don't even have much of a smell, But when you taste them, they're alive. They have that zing. They have the enzymes. They have the living water. The electrical activity and the phytonutrients provide so much for the body. You can feel it. When you take that into your body, there's no question that it tastes right. Okay, and number 4 on my list is being a raw vegan really helps us clean up our act. Because if we're just doing whatever we want and eating whatever we want, we end up on drugs. We end up on alcohol. We end up on stimulant foods, hiding from our addictions, hiding from our emotions. And we're never really progressing. We're never really holding the vision of our future. We're never really holding the vision of the light, our divine purpose. How God wants us to express ourselves, how the infinite source, the potential of all things comes through us. We're cut off from that. So stepping onto a raw vegan lifestyle really gives us a clear connection, higher intuition, more sense of life and energy from those simple foods. And that really opens up the potential to kick those habits, get on purpose, get clear, get focused, hold the vision. Because really creating our future and creating our destiny is not just about changing our circumstances. It's about holding the vision for how we want our life to be. And the stronger we hold the vision, the more the circumstances don't matter. Often the circumstances, the how we create our future, works itself out when we just hold the vision. So getting off nicotine, getting off caffeine, getting off sugar, Getting off processed grains and cooked oils is one of the best things you can possibly do for your life. Getting crystal clear, getting in alignment with your destiny. It's powerful, and it's definitely worthwhile. It's definitely worthwhile. Our civilization doesn't promote that kind of a lifestyle. We see drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes in every movie coming out of Hollywood. Every pop song talks about drinking. It glamorizes it. But putting these types of toxins into our body is so detrimental for our consciousness. It's so detrimental for our purpose, for, the divine light that wants to express itself through us. We can't squash that light through chemicals and processed foods. That's not fair. We owe it to ourselves to live into our purpose and our future and to get crystal clear on our vision. And if we're eating a raw vegan diet, it's a lot easier to do that. So it's definitely one of the best benefits of eating raw food. Number 5 is being a raw vegan led me down a whole new career path. It opened so much possibility in my life. I saw a whole new paradigm so clearly that I could no longer deny that anything less than speaking into this truth that I'm expressing right here on this video was not living into my highest potential. I couldn't just go along with some job that wasn't in alignment. So what I've done is I've created an alignment of my actions and my values. My core values are my actions. And so every day I'm in devotion to living in alignment. It feels really good. It's amazing, in fact. So I think when we step onto a raw vegan diet and that clarity of a devotional lifestyle, the clarity, the emotions, the intuition that can come, I think it's very common that we will change careers. We will change our life path in order to align. And imagine the world we could live in where everyone was living from their core values, living in alignment with their vision for their life, living in alignment with a win-win, a win-win for the animals and the environment and for all of us to thrive on this planet. It's ultimately what we all want. We all just want to thrive. We all want life to be happy and fulfilled around us, even if we don't know it. That's what God wants for all of us. So stepping onto a raw vegan diet can change your career path, get you in alignment with your core values so your actions every day are in alignment with who you really should be. It's amazing. And this is actually why I created my Raw Vegan Rising YouTube channel, for one, and you should subscribe to this channel because I'd love to have you along and part of all these videos, but also my Raw Vegan Heroes group coaching membership. This is a way that I can support others. And what I've really noticed is that being in the group gives you permission to live into your vision. All we really need is little reminders daily of, yeah, I can do this. Just a reminder that, hey, my vision is right for me. Only you can hold your vision. No one else can do that for you. But what we can do for each other is have those little reminders that it's okay to live into our vision and hold the vision. And when we hold the vision, the circumstances work themselves out. That's the nature of the law of vibration. We attract to us how we're vibrating, how we're resonating. That is our attraction point. So if we're holding the vision of our highest potential and our highest future, then the universe is going to come in and support us in creating that. We don't need to worry about the how. We don't need to worry about the circumstances of how we get there. We just need to be really good at holding the vision. And so that's part of my vision, is creating an environment, a platform where people can get that kind of daily reminder. Because where we fall off, what allows us to get off our vision and go back to just being in reaction to our circumstances, is that we don't have that daily reminder. We don't see others around us living into that for themselves. We just see people in their negativity. We see people eating the nasty processed foods, getting sicker and sicker, having poorer attitudes toward life, not living into their vision. And it's very sad. But we can change our crab bucket. We can change the circle of influence around us by surrounding ourselves with like-minded people. That's what my Raw Vegan Heroes Group coaching membership is for. So that's a way that I've changed my career in my life by being raw vegan. Who would even think that? Who would even think that being a raw vegan would change the way you make money? But it is, because it's not just love and money and health. It's all one. How we do one thing is how we do everything. So we're going to have better health. We're going to have better finances. We're going to have better love relationships by being a raw vegan. Isn't that what you want? Certainly what I want. It's what I've been experiencing in my life. And I couldn't be happier. So thank you so much for being on this video with me. I appreciate it very much. I'm sending you all love and blessings. Hold that vision, okay? Hold the vision for your life and trust that you can do it. I know you can do it. It's not the circumstances, it's the vision, okay? So thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next one.